Hello everyone, I am Dr. Donald Ozello of Championship Chiropractic in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to today's episode of Dr. Ozello's Sports Medicine Report. Today I'm going to cover an exercise called the YTWL exercise. It is actually 4 exercises combined into one. This series of exercise helps to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles, the posterior deltoid, and the scapular retractor muscles. The rotator cuff is a group of 4 muscles that attaches the scapula to the humerus. The scapula is the medical name for the shoulder blade, and the humerus is the medical name for the upper arm bone. 3 of these muscles are located on the posterior aspect of the scapula, meaning the back part of the scapula. The muscles that originate on the back part of the scapula are the supraspinatus muscle, the infraspinatus muscle, and the teres minor muscle. And one of the rotator cuff muscles originates on the anterior or front aspect of the scapula. This muscle is named the subscapularis. The scapular retractor muscles are 4 muscles that pull the shoulder blade towards the spine. These muscles include the rhomboid minor, the rhomboid major, the middle trapezius, and the lower trapezius. The YTWL exercises will help to build strength and endurance in the scapular retractor muscles, the posterior deltoid, and the rotator cuff muscles. The name of each exercise comes from the position of the shoulders and arms during the exercise. If you are viewing from above, you will know exactly what I mean when I speak about the Y, the T, the W, and the L. The YTWL exercises are performed while laying prone. They can be performed on a chiropractic table, on a training table, on a flat bench, on an incline bench, or on the floor. They can even be performed on a fitball. I will be demonstrating them while using a fitball. The YTWL exercises, just like any other exercise, should be performed through a pain-free range of motion. If any exercise or stretch, including the YTWL exercise or any of the individual exercises in the YTWL, elicit symptoms or intensify symptoms, you want to stop immediately and find a viable substitute. These exercises should be performed slowly in a controlled manner. You want to control the concentric motion, which is the positive range of motion, and you want to control the eccentric motion, which is the negative range of motion. The same strengthening exercise should never be performed 2 days in a row, and the YTWL is no exception. Say, for example, if you do them on a Monday, you want to rest them on Tuesday, then you could perform them again on Wednesday, take another break on Thursday, and then perform them again on Friday, and then take a break on Saturday and Sunday, and then get right back to them again on Monday. You always want to give the muscles a day to rest and grow. With the YTWL exercise, you want to start with the number of repetitions that you can currently perform with good technique. Technique is essential. Even if that number of repetitions is 1, start with 1 and gradually build in slow, gradual, calculated increments. And you could build to 15 repetitions of each exercise. Once you get the exercise down, you can actually perform them as an isometric exercise where you are holding the top position. When you perform an isometric exercise, start with a count of 1 or 2 and then gradually increase to a count of 6. When performing the YTWL exercise using the fitball, you want to have your feet anchored against a wall and you want to use a wide stance. This will give you greater stability and allow you to concentrate on the motion of the exercise. You want to make sure that the upper part of the chest is contacting the ball. This prevents you from moving into thoracic flexion. This will allow you to hold the thoracic spine, which is the medical name for the mid-back, in a neutral position or in an extended position. You always want to hold the neck in line with the rest of the spine. You don't want the neck going to the side. You don't want the neck being bent backwards or flexed forward. Again, you always want the neck being in line with the rest of the spine. The first exercise is the Y exercise. In this position, you will be abducting the arms to about 150 degrees. This is 180 right here. This is 90 degrees of abduction, so you're at about 150 degrees. The elbows are bent slightly. The thumbs are facing the ceiling. The first step is to retract the scapulus and then raise the shoulders as high as you can through a pain-free range of motion. Slowly lower the shoulders and then relax the scapulus. Retract the scapulus so you are moving the medial borders of the scapulas together. Raise the shoulders as high as you can through a pain-free range of motion. And then lower the shoulders and then relax the scapulus. Once you have advanced and can perform 15 repetitions, then you can concentrate on holding the scapular retraction throughout the entire set. Retract the scapulus, raise the shoulders as high as you can through a pain-free range of motion, maintain the scapular retraction, and lower the shoulders as far as you can through a pain-free range of motion. And then raise the shoulders again. And once you have accomplished being able to perform 15 repetitions while holding the scapular retraction throughout the entire exercise, you can perform this as an isometric exercise. So what you want to do is you retract the scapulus, you perform the Y motion, and you hold this position for 2 to 6 seconds. Start at 2 seconds and then build to 6 seconds. And you want to try to build to 15 repetitions. So that is how you perform the Y section of the YTWL exercise. The next one is the T section. In the T aspect of the exercise, the positioning of the body is exactly the same except for the shoulders. You're going to have the shoulders abducted to 90 degrees. That means that the shoulders, or I should say the upper arms, are perpendicular to the spine. From here, you lower the arms as far as you can, you retract the scapulus, and you raise the arms through a pain-free range of motion. Then you slowly lower the arms and you relax the scapulus. Again, perform retraction of the scapula, raise the arm, and on this one you are keeping the palms towards the floor. Raise the arms as far as you can through a pain-free range of motion, and then lower the arms and relax the scapular retraction. Now, just like I spoke about with the Y exercise, is once you have completed 15 repetitions, then you can graduate or advance to when you are holding the scapular retraction throughout the entire exercise. This will help to build strength and endurance in the scapular retractor muscles. So you pinch the medial borders of the scapula towards the spine and raise the shoulders as high as you can through a pain-free range of motion. Then lower them back down, holding the scapular retraction. And you build to 15 repetitions. And then once you can complete 15 repetitions holding the scapular retraction throughout the entire exercise, then you can perform this as an isometric exercise. This will help to build strength and endurance in all of the muscles involved. Retract the scapulas, raise the shoulders as high as you can, and hold the isometric contraction starting with 1 or 2 seconds and then building to a 6-second hold. And then you advance to the W exercise. So we've already completed the Y and the T, and then you move to the W phase of the YTWL. The W is almost the same as the T, except for the elbows are flexed. So instead of being out here like we were for the T, in the W, you are here. You could perform this with the thumbs towards the ceiling or the palms towards the floor. I'm going to demonstrate it with the palms towards the floor. And this is performed the same way that the Y and the T exercise are performed. You want to retract the scapulas, raise the shoulders as high as you can, keeping the upper arms perpendicular to the spine, and then lowering the arms through a pain-free range of motion. And then you relax the scapulas at the bottom. Retract the scapulas and raise the arms through a pain-free range of motion, keeping the elbows perpendicular to the spine. Keeping the upper arms perpendicular to the spine and the elbows flexed. And then slowly lower your arms. Once you have completed 15 repetitions, then you can perform this while holding the scapular retraction through the entire exercise. This will help to build strength and endurance in the scapular retractor muscles. And again, you are constantly thinking about keeping the thoracic spine in neutral or in a slightly extended position and keeping the neck in line with the spine. You always want to move slowly and control the motion. You want to control the eccentric aspect of the exercise, which is when you lower the arms, and the concentric exercise when you are raising the arms. And once you can complete 15 repetitions while holding the scapular retraction throughout the entire exercise, then you can perform this as an isometric exercise. So you want to retract the scapulas, raise the shoulders as far as you can, and then hold an isometric contraction at the top. Start with a 1 or 2 second hold and then build to a 6-second hold. That will help to build strength and endurance in the rotator cuff muscles. Now the last phase of the exercise, this is the L exercise. This one is a little bit different because you have to hold the scapular retraction throughout the entire exercise. What you're going to be doing is the arms, the shoulders are abducted to 90 degrees. So that means that the upper arms are perpendicular to the spine. You're going to flex the elbows to 90 degrees. You can do this starting with the thumbs facing the ceiling or with the palms facing the floor. I'm going to demonstrate with the palms facing the floor. You want to retract the scapulas and then externally rotate the shoulders as far as you can. And then internally rotate the shoulders as far as you can. Move slowly through a pain-free range of motion. Control both phases of the exercise. When you are moving into external rotation like I am now, or when you are moving into internal rotation like I am now. Always work through a pain-free range of motion. Thank you everyone for viewing today's episode of Dr. Ozello Sports Medicine Report, where I covered the YTWL exercise and I demonstrated it on a fitball. I am Dr. Donald Ozello of Championship Chiropractic in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am the author of Running, Maximize Performance, and Minimize Injuries. You could visit my website, championshipchiropractic.com, where you can get additional information on the book and also see my blog. My blog contains articles on spine health, sports medicine, ergonomics, fitness, and health in general. Please feel free to like this video. If you have feedback, suggestions, or questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Dr. Donald A. Ozello, DC. Always remember to train hard, but train smart. Get adequate rest between training sessions. Utilize nutritional and supplementation strategies that work for you. Stay injury-free and accomplish your